results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the NC State Wolfpack. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
So much good football in the Triangle, but one of the best stadiums in that area is Carter Finley Stadium. NC State gets it rocking. The red and black, 50,000 plus. This is one of the most fun places to watch a game in North Carolina. Back to you guys.
Holly, thank you. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Wake Forest's offense will have the football first. A rivalry game like this, they'd love to get off to a good start. Guys, the last time they met, they were trading haymakers with each other.
They sure were, and you could really tell in that game how much this rivalry meant to the players. They were exhausted, David. That game was back and forth. Neither of these teams want to lose because you don't want to hear about it for an entire offseason, and you know they're going to be playing with some fire today.
And you hear about it from the fans every time you lose. You hear about it constantly. It matters. Heard about it with Jesse Palmer and the Georgia-Florida rivalry. It was a big-time deal. They're going to be playing with emotion. Who can handle that emotion early, get settled in, and throw that first punch?
Here's Gio Lopez to throw. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. You know, when you get off to a tough start in conference play like these guys have, sometimes the temptation is just to try to get through it, play out the string. How can they turn it around?
Well, they just need to put a game together in all 3 phases for 4 quarters, and they haven't been able to do that yet this year, especially, David, when they've gotten an ACC play.
Yeah, and they've struggled. It's not the start they wanted, but what a coach is talking about. Like, when you get some adversity, how are you going to respond? And how do we finish the second half of the season so we can build on it for the future? It's not pretty, it's not fun, but let's finish strong throughout this conference play.
And the Demon Deacons will call on their punt team. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. Play is halted momentarily as the training staff is out to check on an injured member of the Wolfpack. That is the senior linebacker who's been shaken up. Holly Rowe will give us an update on his condition. Straight ahead, it's Scott. Knocked down immediately.
You want to stop the run game? Get the big defensive tackles in the middle, getting penetration. Those big boys eating up blocks, taking away gaps and holes for those running backs to run through.
Using his power and his sweet feet to get into the backfield quickly.
And you know you're athletic when you're described with power and sweet feet. I mean, just put those 2 things together and you're just pretty amazing.
To the air, it's Bailey. Here comes the heat. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Oh, he's got some space. In with the pick 6. Touchdown, Wake.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking outside, it's Scott. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
In the backfield, it's Dozier. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Under pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing.
Lots of room to run. He's at the touchdown. Demon Deacons. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Scott. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Really nice job by this defense. First down was not successful. They get the second and short, and those are the downs where they can be really aggressive on offense and take advantage. So you kind of don't know how to play it, but they did a good job playing the run, protecting themselves against the pass, and now forcing a third down.
Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Turns upfield. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. NC State might think about going for a big one on second and short. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Left side, it's Dozier. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Sells to run, looking to pass. Near the sideline, it's Dozier. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Line getting set on second down. From the gun, looking for a man. On the move, he fires. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. And that last one might have helped the completion percentage, but it didn't go forward. 2nd and 10 here. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Here's Lopez to throw. Makes a catch. Can't get him to the ground. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. Trying to squeak through the pile. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Demon Deacons will try to move the sticks on 4th down. Looking for the marker. And they'll make the tackle for no gain, get the stop, and get the ball back. Keeps it himself. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Tells to run, wants to pass. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Selling the fake. Out wide right, it's Douglas. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Wants to throw, it's Bailey. Out wide left, it's Dozier. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the single back. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Right side, it's Jackson. Could not make his way to the corner. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A strike downfield. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've come to the break, and it's Wake Forest holding the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Now the pitch. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
2nd and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill.
It's complete. They will score. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And I love the decision by the quarterback, finding his playmaker, getting him the football quickly so that he can make something happen after the play and get 6.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other.
Makes the grab in their space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
Takes the handoff. It's Wiggins. He's got enough. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Left side is Hernandez. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Out wide right, it's Davis. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
And the Demon Deacons come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Running inside, it's Wiggins. Breaks into the open. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the 1st half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. You saw another
touchdown Wake, and they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he added the extra point. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Hands it off on the counter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Out wide left, it's Snow. And he used that patented spin move to pick up a few extra yards. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Plows his way ahead. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Wake Forest ready to get things going as the offense is on the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Delayed give. It's Wiggins.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. Now the Wolfpack will use the 1st of their timeouts. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on 3rd down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Demon Deacons will line it up on 1st and 10. Got him on the RPO. There he goes. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll give it on the counter. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Got it behind the line. It's Hernandez. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. They're in the gun on 3rd down. It's Lopez. Right side, it's Davis. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a 1st down in the waning seconds of the half. And the Demon Deacons, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Rush right in his face. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Long way to go on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Lopez. They're all over him. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. It's 1st down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the #1 team, the Texas Longhorns.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
Guys, checking in with the NC State head coach at the half, he understands that the turnovers are the whole story of the first half. They are trailing because of those 2 interceptions from the quarterback. He does have a lot of confidence in this quarterback, but they have depth at the position, a quality backup. Will he go to the backup here in the third quarter? We'll see how they steady the ship here on offense to start the second half. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Oh, pressure's coming. Out wide right, it's Jackson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The fake and wants to throw. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. Gonna run it. It's Wiggins. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No, sir. No, Moss. Get it together.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. While that last pass was complete, it's left them in an even worse situation on 3rd down. Throwing, Lopez. Unloads to the wideout. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. The Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Look out! Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Takes it in. Touchdown, Wake Forest. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. The throw to the outside is complete. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Quick give. It's Scott. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Making his first move. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
He's dropped.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Rid of it on the RPO. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. And the Demon Deacons getting set on 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. On the ground with the counter. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. Push is ahead. Got room at the 35. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Trying to establish the run. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Changing the routes with his receivers. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. Fires to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick 6, but he needs to be more accurate.
Hits inside, it's Daniels. No gain on the play. They tried to run for him. That defense was ready.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Neutral zone defense. Defense a little too anxious there. They're just making it easier for this offense. Defense made that job a little easier after the encroachment. It's 1st and 5. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Unloads to the wideout. Left side, it's Snow. And he's brought down after a nice gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, it's Scott. Turning it on. The defense there to make the stop. He barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4. Just watching the clock run out on this one, and we can turn our attention to what's in store for next week here in the midpoint of the season. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Off play action. Right side, it's Snow. Taken down.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking for a big play. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th. After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. The run inside. It's Clark. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run is coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Offside, defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
With that penalty, they give this offense a little helping hand. Now it's 2nd and 9. Throws it off the RPO. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Right at the line. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down, as they've got a 1st at the 32. The Demon Deacons come to the line with a new set of downs. Right back to the well. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Daniels. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware.
Snags it, and there's running room. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Demon Deacons go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Here's Lopez to throw. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Zings it complete to the right. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Now Wake Forest will stop the clock and use their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. He is denied, stopped just short of the goal line, pushed his way to the 1 and could go no further, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. To throw, it's Bailey. Unloads to the right. He'll be thinking about that one, almost an interception.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. Rush is on. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a microcosm of